Go for it.
So welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started on our conference call. This is the first time actually we did kind of a townhouse style open Q&A. We actually have done more talking than we have done listening to some of the feedback. And I know there's a lot of questions out there that we've been receiving and fielding as far as phone calls, text messages, emails, and I want to just have a very open format tonight where we can take in some of your questions, maybe your burning questions, either related around operations, real estate, business development, marketing, things that you may want to see Best Choice Realty do. Anything that's really on your mind, we want to keep it very fluid. So tonight we're going to go from 5:30 to 6 and just asking questions. If there's not enough questions, Shannon and I can pretty much cover 30 minutes on our own with asking each other questions. So I think the first question, let's kick it off with is, I want to ask Shannon a question. Shannon is our operations manager. She handles all of the payroll, also all the payments. She's in charge of making sure all of the operations and systems are working along with our other staff, but she's in charge of that for the most part. So with that, Shannon, I want to know how it's going with the labor and industries change. Can you give us an update on how that's going to work?
Well, so far so good. So a notice was sent out to everyone today from me, and most of you have probably already seen that. No changes to what Rochelle has already talked about in previous webinars. The first payment for everybody is scheduled to be deducted or withheld against your account come tomorrow. So expect that. It's 40. Rochelle was saying, she was telling people it's $40, and she was darn close. It's $41.22. So you should be seeing that with the square invoice. So you'll get receipts and copies of that. I've been telling people, hold it, you never know, you might be able to use it for your taxes as a deduction. So just make sure you keep that for your files. So for Rochelle's trying to, dealing with some technical difficulties, but for the rest of you on the call, go ahead and use *6 to unmute your line, and we're willing to take whatever questions you got for us.
You just got to speak up. Let's see, let's unmute some people here. Can you unmute them as, just unmute everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay. I've got plenty of show and tell. Maybe I'll show you guys. So marketing and design services, I don't know if you guys know, but we actually have a graphic designer in-house that can help design a lot of things: flyers, syndication, presentations, postcards, and can do custom design projects at a very good rate. She's phenomenal. And you can purchase marketing products, or if you have a specific need that you want to do, you can actually, right here on our homepage, bestchoicerealtyhomes.com, you can click learn more right here, and it will put you into a place where the services and products are available. But maybe you have a custom design project that you want to do. Right here, you could put your name on it and say I wanted to have some sort of custom flyer or something special for my luxury client. Like right now, I've got something I'm working on that will probably be luxury, and I want to have a luxury brochure created for me. So I would just put in here, again, probably not one of these typical things up here. It's definitely custom, and she would just bill you for the hourly. And she's so good that I wouldn't be, if I had about an hour, her hourly rate is $65 an hour. And for those of you guys who have worked with professional graphic designers with a lot of experience, that's very, very affordable.
Very fair.
So I would just say, I am working on a luxury brochure and need a design created for a specific property in in Seattle. You could send her, this goes directly, the order gets placed. She won't bill you the $65 per hour. What she'll do is take this information down and get back to you, actually call you and just say, hey, this is about how much time, ask you some questions about the project, and then you can say, yes, I want to move forward with that, or no, I don't. I'm good, or I can do it somewhere else, or I can, but she's very, very good at working through the projects. Could you help? Something like that. Click send and it goes directly to our graphic designer. She works Monday through Friday. She does not work on the weekends. And she does get off at 2 o'clock. So you have to catch her within that time. So early morning up until about 2, and then she's back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so she could help you with any kind of custom design project. One thing that I think will be really important as we go into tomorrow is that you guys will really need to think about personalizing your pages. There's an option right here to personalize your pages. Click on the details or click on the actual page. So you may want to have your own bio created. You'll need a new front page. Look at this. I want a new bio page to get included in my packages, and I want to have an ultimate home buyer's guide and selling your property, personalized for myself. So I have my branding and my information. If you want that personalized, to have that personalized cover for your presentation pages, as well as your testimonials, those are nice to have. Instead of having the generic ones, having 3 that you already have and have it look like this, you would just go ahead and put your information here, add it to your cart, pay the $15, and then we have your personalized pages on file. So when you order your buyer boxes, when you order your buyer presentations that are bound, or your listing presentations that are bound, we will use your personalized pages rather than the generic ones. So there's a way to do that really simply from the cart here. So that's what I've talked a little bit about, some new things that we've released recently. I'd love to open it up for some questions. Pick on someone if we don't have somebody speak up.
How about Yina? Do you have a question for us, Yina?
I'm good. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
So far.
Pearl, you want to speak up?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like to know more about our websites, because I see them and I've seen things like them before and I'm really impressed, but I would like to know if on my individual website, can I have IDX access?
Good question. Yeah, so great question actually. So let me show you guys a few things here. So on our bestchoicerealtyhomes.com, this is an open website, so anybody could see this, but it's not, because it's so new, Douglas, that there is not a way for consumers to really see this at this point in time, but definitely something that you guys have access to. So you go to bestchoicerealtyhomes.com. It's not like on a login or password where you have to figure out how to access it. It's pretty simple to navigate. But down here at the bottom in the quick link section, there's the generic presentations, the downloadable presentations you guys can use for your listing appointments or buyer appointments. But what Douglas is asking about is there a place for us to get our own landing page right here that is IDX or connected to the MLS? And the answer is yes. You click here. And then what we will do is we will build it for you. It talks about what it is, some samples, beautiful photo. I want to get a landing page. So I click on get a landing page. I type in my name. I type in my email address. Type in my phone number. Again, this is all getting imported so that the person that's building it, I do need a domain name, Douglas. So if you have a domain name such as luxurypropertiesrenton.com or whatever your domain name is, I highly encourage you guys to have a .com or a .net, one of the two. Those are the highest trafficked websites. If it's something like .co or anything like that, I don't like those as much, and consumers don't like them as much either. So I highly recommend a .com. The best place to go to get those would be GoDaddy.com. You can go to GoDaddy and purchase a domain name. You then control, Douglas, you own that domain name. For me, I own my own name. So I own RochelleWilhite.com. So that's what I would put in that section. That is my domain name. And it says this will need to be purchased prior to the landing page being created for you. So you shouldn't put this in unless you bought your domain name. What do you want your website header to be? The website header is the thing at the very top. So I want mine to be Team Rochelle. I don't know. Whatever you want your header to be. Team Rochelle loves selling homes. Whatever you want it to be, that will show up on your header. Please include your bio. You should be copying and pasting. Many of you that came over from Zip Realty, we actually captured a lot of this information from your old page. But if you are have been in the business a long time, maybe you have a write-up about yourself, that would go in this section right here. So you can copy and paste it into this box. And any reviews, we highly recommend at least a few reviews. We can take as many as you want and put them on the page. So reviews or testimonials, copy and paste those right into this section. Upload a photo of yourself. So let's see, I don't know if I have a photo of myself, but I'll just upload that so you can see what that looks like. And then where do you want to have your listings? Doug had asked, like, what if I want to specialize in only King County? What if I only want to specialize and show listings in Pierce County on my web page? This is where I would indicate that. So maybe I just want to focus on my Northeast, King County, and Snohomish. Or maybe I just have something specific. Maybe I only want to do waterfront homes or foreclosures. Let's just do that. Foreclosures in King County. That way I can have my staff only embed the code for foreclosures in King County. What do I want my skyline to be? I can have it be really as long as I own the photo, I can have it be whatever I'd like. It could be a house, it could be inside a home. If it's something else, we can easily change it out. It's not hard to do that. So you need something to get started. So I'm going to select the Seattle skyline. And then if it's a different logo, I have to choose my file. And then I can select my IDX, all new listing. And then click submit. And that's it. So then once that triggers, it goes to my staff. My staff then they don't charge for this right now. They will create your page. So you would go to an example of a page that we created would be CherylMcLaren.com. It goes right to her page. She works in Tacoma University Place. So if we pick that skyline, her clients can search for homes right here easily. She's a top producer. We connected it to her Facebook and her LinkedIn. We can do that easily for you. Notice that she wanted mostly like Puyallup and South properties. That's how these properties show up, and it's newest to oldest. So it's only pulling the listings that are new. They're newly active on the market. These are not her listings. Notice that they're courtesy of Acres, Remax, Windermere. If you wanted to only have your listings, say you had 10, 12 listings, we could certainly put your listings on the website, or we could even put your listings right here above the search listings, where we have it linked to your listings page. Notice the reviews show up here on the right, and then she wants my locations. She wanted some locations to show up right here, and she wanted her Zillow and her certified military. We can pretty much do whatever you'd like and what you want put on the page. So once you get a draft of, initially and get it connected to your domain name, then you can make revisions to this if you need to. Our staff at Best Choice Realty, I'm down to 2 or 3 employees that know how to do this, including my husband, Eric, who helps with the back end stuff. So we certainly can take on more as we get into our slower season. So I definitely welcome the opportunity to help you guys build your landing page or build this. When clients go to this page, they go to your domain name, say it was DougSellsSeattle.com, they would become your leads. That's your business, and we don't control that. We let them go directly to you. The more Best Choice Realty agents that have landing pages or have their websites or their domain names connected, the more exposure we all get from that type of branding and that kind of recognition. So we do make sure that Best Choice Realty is set and that you are set up. But this is where the header would be. See Cheryl McLaren. Yes, our logo still has to stay here. And yes, there is, when you're searching for properties, if I was on Cheryl's website, It still has Best Choice Realty up here in the corner. I can't change that. That's what we pay for. We pay a lot of money to make sure our IDX and our website is set up. But anytime a client would say request information, that would trigger a response to you, to your backend system. So that's all connected and again available complimentary by becoming a Best Choice Realty agent. But you do have to own your own domain name, and you do have to go in there and input what we got to help you, help us help you type of thing. You do have to go to our Best Choice Realty homes, go back to it again so you guys can see it. You jumped in late. And go down here to our landing page quick link, and then fill out what is a landing page. It explains what it is, shows how it's built, and then click the button right here to get one, and then fill it out, and then somebody will be in contact you with a draft so you can see what it looks like.
It looks
Hopefully
like
that
we've
was
got a
answering your
question from Heidi Morrow.
Go ahead, Heidi.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you fine.
Okay, so I sent in a little chat. I wasn't sure if that was the right way to go about it, but I was talking to one of my preferred lenders today, and she's got a new kind of marketing program she's been with for a couple of months. It's called HomeBot.
Okay.
It does valuations for property. She said it's really pretty spot on as far as valuation is concerned, and so it's got a nice little email format that goes out once a month that gives kind of an updated value of the home.
Awesome. How much is it per month?
$25.
That's not bad.
And you can go up to 500 email addresses. And then she said, you know, like for farming, if we have email addresses, which my new farm has that capability, that it would be kind of a great resource. She said in the last 2 months that she's had it, she's had a lot of past clients engaging
Cool.
because of the information. And so I thought it'd be a great way to partner up and develop some more business. So has anybody heard of it? What's their feedback?
So good. You're the second person that's told me about this today, actually.
Oh,
it's
really?
so funny.
Okay.
So the feedback I have, I don't know about the background color, if that can be modified, but if you have, could you send me, Heidi, the contact that you have?
Yeah.
That would be great. I'd love to follow up on that. But the one I saw a visual on, I just didn't like the coloring, but I think that probably could be changed. You know, if we could figure out a good deal for you guys. I'm all about innovative things that's working. So send me the contact and let me dig into it, and I'll get back to you next week on it.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep, awesome. What else we got out there, Shannon?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Ben and I had just joined Best Choice a couple weeks ago and realized that when giving disclosures out, when we were at Keller Williams Tacoma, they had firm disclosures for us to give out. Is that also a requirement with Best Choice, or do we just give out the simple pamphlet and the required state?
Great question. So Ben, I don't think you guys have been through my contract negotiation class, but yes, we do.
Not.
Yeah, so that would be where we cover that. So since you're fairly new to the company, we definitely love the concept of giving disclosures out. So we require, let me go to the homepage so I can talk to it real quickly. Down here on the forms, on our bestchoicerealtyhomes.com, if you click on forms, those are all of the pamphlets or disclosures that we also require at our firm. So P1, P2, P3, P4. The only thing, I'll just go through it real quickly. Law of agency, buyer and sellers require this one. Buyers and sellers for lead-based paint, prior to 1978 built homes. Mold and moisture, buyers and sellers should be getting this disclosure. Sellers only for P4. Anything in the city of Tacoma should be given the side sewer flyer. That's a disclosure the city of Tacoma requires. Our buyer agency agreement, which will get changed out probably tomorrow and about middle of the afternoon. So that's our current one that we use. Again, that's not a disclosure, you guys, but something that's readily available here on our website to download. The 41Ds, you can use your own 41D, but if you don't have one or have inspectors, you can see how I fill them out for North Sound or South Sound. Wire fraud flyer, that is a requirement as well. We like that. And then to answer your question, I think ultimately was, do we have a receipt? The answer is yes. This would be a great receipt for you to use.
Okay.
Okay. So that just shows that you have your client sign off. So if you're physically meeting with somebody, they're not electronic or you're not savvy at recording that they saw it or received the disclosure. We also have this as a kind of it's a way to make sure that it's double-edged. It's above and beyond what the state requires is to have a receipt.
Right.
A receipt is not required.
A question on that one real quick. I noticed that there are 6. Do our buyers and sellers just check off the ones that they've initialed or that
Correct.
they've seen and then sign that?
Yep.
Awesome. So the wire fraud, oh, sorry, it's not yet, was in there. So basically they just initial that off and they got it.
Yep, so you check
as long
the
as
box.
we fill in their name.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And the
Thank you.
state law says that you actually are not, I mean, this is above and beyond. This is our attorney drafted this up, but I'll give you an explanation when you come in for class for training. But the real law says that you must have proof of delivery of the disclosures. And so an email, if you guys are on the phone, you're like, gosh, I didn't even know Best Choice had a receipt. You probably are fine because you've been trained properly. You just need to make sure you get proof of delivery, that you've delivered those disclosures to your client. So an email would suffice. But you do have to, once you do a transaction with us for the first time, Ben, you would want to make sure that you'll probably be asked, like, where's the receipt or when did you give the disclosures? And a date would be fine. If you respond and say, I gave it on whatever date you gave them, an email of when you sent it would suffice for that.
Okay.
It really makes it cleaner to have the form all signed and dated. So
Yep.
Right.
It's
Thank
also
you.
in Transaction Desk as well. So if you're using our Quick Select, our forms through Transaction Desk, it's also loaded all in the document section on every transaction that you do. So it's there for you to easily incorporate into your,
Awesome.
yeah. Okay, awesome question. What else we got?
So it looks like we've got a question from Jason Chang, and I'm going to have Jerry Kay pipe in because I think this is right up her alley. He had some questions about paperless pipeline. He said, should we upload forms and contracts there instead of emailing to support@bestchoicerealtywa.com? So let's see if we can get Jerry Kay to pipe in here.
Yes, because I just got that email and just wanted to make sure it's not a scam.
Not a scam.
Hi there, it's Jerry Kay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Thanks for your question. You have options. You're certainly welcome to send them into the support email address and a member of the staff will get them assigned to your document. Just remember that that might take a day or two for us to assign the document because we have lots of documents in the queue to get assigned. If you get one of the emails that was particularly sent to you from your transaction, it has a very unique email code. And if you reply all to that and attach your document, that will get it right into your file. And you might not see it right away, but the staff does. And that way they don't have to search around and create a new transaction. It's already there for them. And they just say, yes, it goes to that file. And then we get to review it. So you do have options. It just can get a little sticky if you're dealing with 5 or 6 transactions altogether, because that email address is very hieroglyphic. There's lots of numbers and letters and things, and you might not remember which one goes to what. You can see there at the top there, that really long thing. So
That was what Jerry Kay is talking about right here.
And if you get a lot of them, you might just want to send it to the support email and let us assign them so that you're not putting the wrong document into the wrong file.
Okay, great question though. So I'm just logged into our staff's paperless pipeline so you can see how much we run. If I go back to home here, I mean, we have 380 transactions that are in the pipeline right now that have to, so don't freak out. Tasks obviously are tasks that Jerry Kay and I have to work on. But the assignment, this always gets down every day around 60. There's always an agent that at the end of 5 o'clock, loads up 30 or 40 more files. But these all get managed every single day. So when somebody sends an email to support with, say, all the documents, they get assigned, meaning that they get a file created. And then once the file is created, it gets routed to Jerry Kay and to me to review. And we review it with certain things that need to be taken care of. Just open one up so you can see. So
let's pick on someone.
Yeah, so this one right here is Alicia Robinette. these are the things that Jerry Kay or I will be probably asking her for, but we got the 1A 1 hour ago it was assigned. So right before our staff member left for the day, we went into support, the 1A went into support at Best Choice Realty WA, and now probably tomorrow, Alicia Robinette will probably get an email that says that we need to make sure we get the legal description, the disclosures like we talked about early, make sure that those were properly sent, and that the input sheets that the MLS requires is collected. We do need those for our file. So if we sent you an email, we would probably send it right from the system here. We'd send it right to Alicia, and we have some options of typing, you know, hi Alicia, we could say what you're missing and things like that. But because it's set up this way, and it's coming through our system like this, somebody could easily reply all, and then it would get automatically put in here. The problem, like Jerry Kay expressed, was that it might get put in the wrong one if you have so many files. But certainly respond to those transaction, you know, those paperless pipeline requests, because it does get logged and it makes our job a lot easier.
Or another option that some people find helpful, especially when they're managing lots and lots of files, is a lot of them hire TCs once they start getting that flow. And TC would be a transaction coordinator to help them manage their files. So that would be another option as well.
And then our staff communicates with the TC, right, Shannon?
We communicate with the TC first before we communicate with you.
Yeah, that's great. And they handle all kinds of things from the start of the transaction all the way through the negotiation, helping you create the paperwork, send the paperwork into the firm, make sure that we have all of the documents that we need from your client.
Yeah.
And they are licensed as well to help, which is great.
So we've got a couple questions that came in, and I'm going to have Rochelle go to our calendar. So we've had some people ask when our next training classes are. A lot of you see these on our closed group on Facebook, for those of you who are there. Another way to find what we've got upcoming for our agents trainings, and a lot of them we offer from Best Choice. They're not like title classes or things like that. Usually they're things that we actually promote and teach ourselves. And you just go to the bestchoicerealtyhomes.com, and then the second tab is calendar. And you just go there and you'll see a whole calendar that's laid out with everything that's upcoming. So if you're looking for the next contract negotiation class, the next one that's coming up would be in Tacoma on Friday the 20th.
And then we have, actually, no, we're on September 30th. I got to go to October.
Yeah, last day of the month.
There we go.
It would be in Linwood, it looks like.
And there'll also be another one here too. Oh, yep. Here it is.
Yep. So we've got another question looks like from Peter Worley. So Peter, do you want to pipe in?
While he's talking, don't forget, I've got the Take a Walk on the Title side. Doug's got a listing in Queen Anne. If you guys are interested in Seattle, this is one of my favorite classes that goes into detail on site, 4 o'clock hours as well on the 9th. Great class. If you guys want to attend that one, that's going to be a really good class.
Is that the field trip one?
That's the field trip. Love that one.
Super fun, guys.
Okay.
Peter, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so just given the change tomorrow, for buyers that we neglected to get under an agreement we've been working with for a while, what do you think about introducing a buyer's agreement late in the relationship?
Very good question, Peter. I think with the change coming tomorrow, I always led, and I've led brokerages and other companies where we actually had to get buyer agency agreements. So Peter, are you going to be very sensitive to the relationships that you've already created? So even though that tomorrow, October 1st, say I had like 10 buyers that I've talked to, I know right now I have probably half of them on buyer agency contracts and half of them I do not. And there's a loyalty and there's a trust factor, right? Where I don't want to go ahead and throw a piece of paper in front of them when I'm still building that relationship. I think a mistake could be made if you try to hurry and push them into signing a contract. I don't think that's the best move tomorrow. I think you need to lead with the relationship and really build that relationship. And then once you're at the point, maybe you're going to go look at some properties or look at some work for them and find them off market deals or find them the opportunities, at that point in time, you really should put them under contract. I know for a fact, because I've seen the draft and we've approved the draft with our attorney, Peter, our agreement is going to actually have a section where you, in essence, they pay you a retainer for working with you. So there is an option for that. So that, you know, there's gas, there's information, you know, there's things that you have to do in your normal process that holds them accountable to understand that there's a lot that needs to be done to represent them from a buyer standpoint. But don't rush this. I do not think that that's a smart move at this time. Let the crazies go out there and try to, you know, slime ball their way into getting buyer agency agreement signed. I think we need to go about it very smart.
Sounds good, thanks.
Yep. Great question. And we've spent, this will be my third or fourth revision with the buyer agency agreement. So, you know, like I said, we'll probably put one up tomorrow so you have one, and we may even do another revision just based on the feedback that I'm getting with this change. I don't think we need to rush on this at all. This is something that, actually, I don't think there's going to be as many people concerned as I think there's going to be. You know, I think there's a lot of frenzy initially, and then I think everybody will ease into this. Great question. Anything else? And based on last week's call was awesome with Cheryl sending me some stuff. If you guys think of, or, you know, like Heidi Morrow, hearing about what's working for somebody else, you know, be open to sharing on our Facebook closed group, or, you know, jumping on the Monday night call and letting us know, or sending us an email. Some of the best things we've got that we're bringing forward to you guys have been because of other brokers creating or building or coming up with solutions that I think are really smart. And it makes all of us better when we share in that type of way. So I really appreciate all of the insight that people have been giving me over the last couple weeks. Cheryl came up with a great, she spent time with her title and lender and coming up with her best practices. We talked about this last week of her top 30 things. What we end up taking away is we have a front to back flyer that we put together that will help Peter Worley when he's trying to discuss what he's going to do to help these buyers in this type of environment. It's a lead-in page that you could use. That you could say, we can even customize it for you if you like, or personalize it if you like. But it's a front to back page that I think you guys will really, really love. I'll be posting that tomorrow. And where you're going to be able to find that is you'll be able to go to your home tomorrow, and graphic designer just put her final touches on it this morning, and it'll be under the buyer presentation button right here. So right now you just have the buyer's guide. There'll be another button that you can download the 2-page flyer that Cheryl McLaren helped me come up with the efforts of a title and lender, giving her some advice on what they think that she should offer her buyers for signing the buyer agency agreement. So it's kind of a lead-in page that would go right into her buyer package. You guys remember buyer consultation? It would be a page that would probably go right after this, how I work exclusively for you. And then she leads in with her 2-page, it's a front to back flyer that can be a standalone page if you choose. And then she's got the buyer agency agreement locked down. So it's very, very well done. It's been worked on by a graphic designer and 2 other agents, lenders, title, and one of our top producers has helped us put that together. So that will be something that can add, another page to the buyer guide that we created here. Anything else? We went to 30 minutes. I knew we would. I hope this was helpful for you guys. We recorded, so let your friends know that we do this every Monday night from 5:30 to 6. Next week we'll be back on track. We're going to be conversing about how to work with buyers. So if you guys are looking for tips and tricks on how to converse with them with the new changes, we're going to start from basically square one and work our way through the buyer side process through the winter. And then come spring, when we get done with the 12 segments that I have in store for all of us, in January, we'll start to cover the listing presentation and the listing part, the sell side of the business. But we're really going to spend some time with this and help educate all of you on the call to be able to know how to handle the changes and the objections that you're going to hear along the way. So tune in next week, same time, same place. And thanks so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Thank